So if you know me and you know the channel, you know that I try to do everything on the cheap. So when I decided to wind my own pickups, of course, I made my own pickup winder. If you want to see it and find out if it actually works, then stick around. This is by far the jankiest, junkiest, unswankiest pickup winder that I've ever seen. That's because I made it. So I got stuff to make a pair of P90s, and I also got stuff to make a pair of humbuckers. The only thing that I was missing was a winder. So I was looking at buying a pickup winder. I saw some hand crank ones. They just didn't look all that great, and even then they were more than I wanted to pay for it. My first thought was to get a sewing machine, so I picked up one at Goodwill and started to make a winder from it, but it was just way too much. It was way too bulky. It just wasn't turning out the way I wanted. So when I came across a geared motor on Temu for under $20, I thought, let's give it a try. And this janky looking piece of crap is the result. Just to deconstruct it kind of quickly here, this is 2 cigar boxes taped together, the Temu geared motor and controller, which comes with a switch so you can reverse the motor, a potentiometer to change the RPMs. This is a counter, magnetic counter. It's battery operated, so it sits alone. There's a magnet on the winder that when it goes past this little magnet sensor, increases the count by 1. This motor is rated for 9, 12, or 24 volts. I have it on a 12 volt wall wart currently. I think it's a 1 amp and it works just fine. The motor is rated for up to 1400 RPM. So I did a timer, did a test, and it comes in right about 1400 RPM with the counter. So I know the counter is fairly accurate, if not dead on accurate. So the question remains, will this thing actually wind a pickup? I have not tried yet. In order to wind a pickup, I have to have some wire. There's the end. Oh my goodness. And I think I'm going to go with the P90 first. Just a single coil. Shouldn't be too involved, hopefully. So this is the bobbin. These are the pole pieces. Has ceramic magnets and the spacer. Going to get double-sided taped onto there. Since there's no grommet to put it on, I guess I'm just going to have to tape it and go from there. So let me mount this first. Okay, with the pickup mounted, I just want to give it a spin to see. And it is kind of wobbly. It's almost to be expected on a build like this, that's for sure. I have it taped on. This is probably not the best way to do this. And this is the first time I've ever wound a pickup, to be sure. Now, I did save a part from my sewing machine for the guide. And that's about as lined up as it's going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and start winding. Let me power up. I think I'm ready. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know how tight to pull this. Okay, so far so good. It looks like it needs to. Okay, I just hit 1,000 wounds. I want to stop and look at it. Yeah, it's not too bad. It looks like it's a little light on this side. And it broke. So it broke at 8,600 whines. But I think it does prove that this thing can roll pickups or whine pickups. So it looks like I did make a couple wraps around that weren't too good. But there you go. A $20 pickup winder. Yeah, it's kind of miswound there. Oh well, like I said, this is proof of concept, and well, okay, now I don't know if you can see, but there's a couple of little whines that didn't quite go on there. So I'm going to end up stripping this and redoing it because there's a couple broken ends. I didn't expect it to go perfectly the first time I tried it. I'm just really happy that this janky ass pickup winder actually works. I'll probably put a little more time into making this a more permanent structure. I might even keep the cigar boxes for a base. Rather than super gluing everything, I'll actually put some screws in some stuff so that this all works properly. But I am really surprised and really pleased that yes, I just wound my very first pickup. Not great, but I did it. Using this janky ass pickup winder. It works, it winds a pickup, and it counts the whines. All that for under 25 bucks. I did get the geared motor and the control unit from Temu. This, I believe, came from AliExpress. Very cheap. All this was very cheap. I think the entire thing was built for under $25. My first, albeit failed attempt at making a hand wound pickup. So I want to thank you for watching today. Watch me make my very first hand-wound pickup with the jankiest, junkiest, unswankiest, swunkiest, whatever you want to call it, piece of junk pickup winder that I made myself with some spare parts from Temu and some stuff I had laying around. If I can do it, you can do it. So if you want to wind your own pickups, I'll put a link to this motor and speed controller. If I can find a link to this counter, I'll put that down below. I bought this a while ago for a different project, and it just came in really handy for this one, so I thought I'd give it a use. So again, I'm going to make this into a little more permanent enclosure, but I'm really pleased that my cigar box, tape, and super glue attempt at a pickup winder actually did work, and I was able to wind a pickup, although not a very good attempt, but for my first attempt, I'm okay with that. This is going to work. This motor's going to work. It's going to allow me to wind pickups, so hey, my next project is putting this in a little more permanent enclosure. Proof of concept is proven. So I want to thank you for watching today. If you enjoy stuff like this, reviewing cheap gear, making gear out of what you have, making do with what you have sometimes, just to get the job done, then I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate it. So until next time, take care of yourself. Go make your own stuff. Don't buy stuff if you can make it. It's a whole lot cheaper if you make it yourself. You might just surprise yourself. I know I surprised myself. Not perfect, but I did it. And it can only get better from here. So until next time, take care of yourself. Enjoy. Peace.